Hey guys, Doug here again. Doug the liar here again. I'm a big fat liar because I said I was not going to come back with another one by one until we got caught up with the last four or five that we missed in the summer, really. And yeah, you still gotta go back. But how can we not do this? How can we not? It's corn season. Corn is getting picked and sold at the roadsides, the sweet corn, and how can we not make little mini corn cobs? They're so stinking cute, and I have so much fun with these little guys that I don't care. We're doing them. That's what we're doing. I love it. So, one by one basswood, 2.5 inches tall today. It was probably 4 years ago that I did that coffee and carving when I just winged that corn cob with the face that was about that big. Remember that? And I had no idea what I was doing, but I think I got these dialed in pretty good that I can teach you how I do it, and I think you'll come out with a good looking corn cob. So we're going to get right at that as soon as we thank again our sponsor. You know the drill. I've been harping on these guys for months now, and it's a great magazine. That's all I can say. If you're a wood carver, you need to have this magazine. I look to it for inspiration and tips and tricks and plans, and I just love it. When I'm not carving, you pick it up, you want to go carve. You know, it's just one of those things. And they've given me a little promo code, Linker, all caps, LINKER, and with your subscription, the link will be in the description. With your subscription, they'll give you some little extras with your subscription, the little plans and downloads and whatnot. So check out Woodcarving Illustrated, and let's go and carve a silly looking corn cob. They're so cute. We've got our little block of wood here, 2.5 inches tall, and one by one, of course. Really basic layout here, and this isn't even necessary. This is just for our own sake. We're just going to put some marks across the top here, just to keep ourselves honest like we do, so we can see that we're not lopsided one way or the other. But for now, that's what we're going to do. Now, let's look at the husks here, okay? You can see the first one I did, I started out on the flat this way, okay? And so it's doable, and the points were here and here, okay? But I found I didn't get enough of the nose, not enough of the nose, so I started doing it on the corner, okay? So, but these two husks here, they matched each other and gave a nice frame for the face. These other ones, I started staggering them because in this case, see the two at the back, you can hardly see them, right? They're hiding in the back, and they're even as well, okay? So when I started doing them on the corner, I started staggering them, and that way they all got seen. You know what I mean? So I kind of like that better, okay? And that way we got a better profile of the face too. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to work on the corner, but there's no rhyme or reason why. Let's just say on this side here, let's just kind of make a mark halfway. And then let's say this side will go up, you know, what, 5/8, say? And let's say on this side, let's just split those two and go over here. There's nothing scientific about it. There's no measurements. And let's just keep this one down like there on the back, okay? The only thing right off the bat is we need to mark where the face is going to be, because we're going to reserve this real estate right here for the face, okay? So I'm going to grab my knife here. I'm going to use my old faithful, I think it's an 1.5 deep hauler, DHK, okay? So all I'm going to do, all those lines, I'm just going to put a mark, or mark a cut. Excuse me, I'm going to cut down to it, all right? Just like that. Then I'm going to go the other way and cut up, all right? That's it. I'm going to have a little cough attack, and then we'll keep going here. All right. Top, down, up, all right? I've got two, okay? The face side, again, in and down, saving that nose there. I'll go up, okay? Here again, I come in, I come down, and come up. So how much is that? Not much, right? Maybe 3/16, maybe, right? Then on our bottom side here, now we're gonna catch these points here from each side, right? So wherever that means, we get a little bit closer to the top. See that? Now we'll just, as we turn, we're just gonna go around. We're gonna try and just get near that square on the bottom. Right? And the reason I like the square is so that we always save enough room for a nice firm stance. Because if we start getting that round on the bottom and that, then we'll make it tippy and wobbly or whatever. So I like to do that. All right. Now, if we start on one side here, we've got all these little points. So on one side, this is the start of our husk. So I'm going to take my pencil from that corner there, and I'm going to go over, say this is like halfway here, like that. I'm just going to go over half, and you can do however you want. It's so not important. But this side here, now, it's just going to go into it, right? But now on this side, this one's going to go over to the bottom. Now this one, it's going to come down into it. And as we turn it around, keep doing the same thing, we're just going to come into it. This one's going to come all the way down, right? And this one's going to come into it. Okay. So now, I'm going to take my knife, right in the top of that ledge there. I'm just going to stick it in fairly deep. I'm going to come down. I'm going to go top, stick my point in there. I'm just going to follow it around and take it out. See that? And now, this side, I'm just going to come into that and pop that out. Alright? So now we're on this side. This is the full side. I'm going to come down. I'm going to come beside it. Pop it out. Go this side. I'm going to come into it again. Alright? Okay. Now guess what? Same thing. I'm going to come down, around, right? Stick my point of my knife in there. Take it out. We're going to go up here. Now we're going to come down and into it. Just like that. I think you got the point here, but I still have to finish. Alright. One more. So all the way down, around, put knife in, point in, pop it out, come down, come up to it, turn it around, take it out. There you go. That's our rough husk. Okay. Now, the idea also is to pretend that those, whatever is drooping over, let me show you. You can see how we've got these bends, these folds, right? You know, and the idea is that they would, if they were picked up, they would cover the corn cob, but it's not realistic. But again, we're going to stagger them anyway. So if I can pretend that point goes up, this one here is short, so it's going to be like that, okay? This one here is, closer to half, so we can go a little bit like that. This one here has only got that much to go, so we're only going to come down this far, right? I'll just take my knife here. Just take those little cuts there, just on the ones that will have a point, right? Yeah, that's about it. So all I'm going to do is I'm only going to draw this once too. I want that little angle there, and then I just want to come down, right? So I'm just sticking my knife in there, right? Take the little point, and pop it up, right? That little angle here adds so much. I don't think I even did it on the first one. Yeah, I didn't know. I I figured it out later, so that doesn't even have it. But see the difference that point makes? That really makes it look folded over. So I like that little point. Here, I'll give you an example. See that? That one versus that. See, that's just straight. Now we got that little hook. Just makes it look a little bit more folded over. So I came up with that later. And again, nothing has to be symmetrical. This is just folded over husk. So just go around and do that all over. Okay. Like I said, this one here won't be at the point, so it's just going to be a square bottom. Okay. In fact, symmetry is not your friend in this case. I like a little bit randomness. That one doesn't want to come out. Come out. There you go. Okay. All right. This little baby one up here. Alright, is that it? That's it. Okay, so we got them all kind of cut, folded over. So now what we got to do is we're going to round them. We're going to round the top and actually cut it down into the corn. Alright, so then we're going to take some off the corn cob here. So we have a little bit of an angle. Can you see that angle down? And the same, we'll lose these corners here too and cut them down. Alright. Then each one, we're just going to go around. We're going to take all the outside wood off. We're going to look at all those sharp edges, and we're going to take all the sharp edges off and clean up any outside wood that hasn't been cut. Alright. Okay, then we're going to look at it and say, we don't like a couple extra little cuts. A couple extra little planes are always just good. And we're just going to work our way around the whole husk again, taking all the sharp corners, rounding the top and bringing it down into the corn, taking the corners off, taking off all the uncut wood. Right. Then when we look at each one individually after, we'll say, oh, we could have a couple more of these little facets, rough it up, get to a point. Right. Rounding, bringing it down, taking some off the corn cob itself to give it that look that it's inside of the husk. Right. Like I said, just keep it random. There's no right or wrong or measurements or nothing. It's just whatever you feel like, right? But there's no chips allowed, so get out of there. There you go. All right. You know what I mean about that looking like it's inside the husk? And we're going to shape our corn next, so we may have to revisit some of these areas, but there is our rough husk done. I can see a little inside cut. I gotta get out of there. Get out of there. Bring that down. There we go. Good. Okay. Now, if there's an area, see that's a nice one there, but if we come around here, we want to add a little extra. We'll just take a little chip out of there. There's a little extra shadow. That's okay. Okay. All right. I don't think we have to touch our husk again. That's our exterior husk. Okay. Now, I mean, we can put a center mark on here. But remember, this is our nose. So we want to narrow that corn cob and get it right inside that husk and bring it straight up. So let's just take a second and do that. Again, we've got these lines on top that will tell us where we are. So if I hit the point on that side, I got to hit the point on this side. Come down to the husk if I need to. Okay, I can round in between those. Same thing, we'll just try and get to that line on the top as we work our way around. Really is a fun, once you do one or two of them, there's no real thinking, it's just a fun little carve. How could I not do them, hey, in the fall? There's a big full-size corn sign on the highway where they're selling the fresh sweet corn. I was going to go and run and act like a fool and take my picture with it, but there's always people standing there. So I said, I'm not going there. So. All right, so we almost got it here. So we got a good straight shape. Husk is outside of the corn cob. The nose, the placing of the nose is totally up to you. So, like, if I got a big open mouth, my Bruce Ankeny style mouth, who, by the way, if you don't know his work, go find Bruce Ankeny. He's a fantastic woodcarver. I think he might have a video or two on YouTube. I know he does. And he's on Instagram, but he does this style of mouth, and I just love it. And I wish I had known about it. I grabbed that hot dog there, because I remember when I was doing this hot dog, I had a heck of a time trying to figure out that mouth. And it was like the week after he did a demonstration on the International Association of Woodcarvers with that style of mouth, and I love it. So thanks, Bruce. Shout out to Bruce. But anyway, the point was, if you're going to have a big open mouth, then you're just going to move your nose up, right? If you're going to have a smaller, like a smaller mouth or whatever, you can move your mouth down, or your nose down. Big beard, keep it higher, you know what I mean? So, okay. And then while we're looking at eyes, look at all the types of, I've done all the different eyes, right? We got squinty eyed, we got big eyes looking sideways, we got smaller, a little bit more of a triangle looking ones here. I've got the some big eyelids, that's the word, eyelids on this one. And then you can always go back and do the old cartoon eyes that we've done many times, just by making that little shelf and putting the eyes on there, okay? So let's just dig in, and we're going to keep it fairly simple. I'm just going to go about midway here and put the nose in. And as soon as I do this, I'm thinking I'm jumping the gun here because I need to round the top of that corn cob. But okay. But anyway, we got a bottom of a nose. We got to get up here. Well, that's a good thing anyway. So we've marked our nose. So let's just start from the nose, working our way back. Right? We're going to round. We're going to find the top round. And it's not a pointy round. It's a very soft round, at least in this case. We don't have to go to a big point, but by putting that little X in the middle. We know where center is at least, right? And then we're just going to start working our way around and trying to find that center. All right. Some longer strokes. All right. When I always caution that we don't do all these little half-inch cuts up, and then we got that ridge. That's why I'm doing some longer ones and mixing it up a bit, just to keep a more uniform corn cob. But I mean, once we get this far, it's just a matter of just going around and rounding it off. All right. We'll just go around anywhere that feels a little bit strange. We'll just fix it up a little bit. But that's pretty good. I can live with that. There we go. One pointy beak on a corn cob. But all right, I'm going to take the little wings of my nose up here on each side. All right, see that? Right them up on each side. Take the point off the nose. Heck, let's just take this, put a center line back on here. And maybe a brow ridge would be about here. Okay. Just going to put a little mark here just for where the brow ridge should be. Okay. But now I'm going to set my knife on here. I'm just going to come around like so. See that? Just like we did with the Easter Island head. Just going to come around. Oh, that's a little bit too much. Oh, I might need a Volvo. Did I split that? I got a little split there. Let's take it right off. I'll show you that we don't have to care. We got a break. Match it on this side. We don't have to throw them out. Okay. Just come back around. Okay. Now the temple area, I'm going to bring that in. All right. We always like our temple areas to come in. Thin it up. Okay. And I'm also going to put, that point is the center mark, okay? So put a little mark on each side of it. I'm going to set in the nose right now. I'm just going to put a mark on each side of the nose. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stick that knife in there, straight in, on one side, straight in on this side. I'm going to come across at a bit of an angle, like that. I'm going to come under the nose on that little angle. So I got a three-corner cut here. I'm going to pop it out like that. See that? There's our nose set. Go over here, come across, catch that angle of the nose there, and hopefully pop that out too. Well, almost. Okay. Now, I put those lines up there. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little whisker, small little cut, just separate that nose, all right? There, we got our nose separated. Okay. Now, said, we've got all kinds of eyes here. So I'm not sure which one would be the easiest, but let's just go, yeah, let's just do a little round. Let's go from the side. It's going to kind of come around like that. For both sides here. I'm going to stick my knife in here. In fact, let's just do a triangle to start with. A little triangle there. Come down with the nose. Stick my knife in there with the nose. Come up like so. Stick it in. Let's pop that out. Alright. Pop it out on this side. Yeah. Alright. Let's come down this side. Pop it out too. Okay. Now we're just going to round that inside. There we go. It's kind of a triangle. That's what we're doing. Alright, see that? So now I can round that inside so our eyeball gets round at the top there. But what we're going to do is I'm going to extend those edges just a whisker. Alright. Just going to extend the bottoms there. And that way I'm just going to go on the side here. I'm just going to come across with our eyeball. Just like that. Very simple. A very simple eye here. Alright, so cut across to there. I come down. I'll take a little chip cut out of the corner. That's an eyeball. Just making a straight cut. Coming down. Take the corner out. There you go. There's two eyes right there. Okay, and like I said, I just put that little extra little wing on there because I like to give a little eye bag. So that's just going to be a little straight cut right down and in. Alright? Right down like that. Then on the side, we're going to come into that corner. Say, hello, train. Alright. Got a pencil line on there. Come off. Brush. Okay. Let's do it again over here. It's going to come down and in. Okay. Come over. Pop that out. Come on. There we go. Okay. We got our little eye bags there. Now, I'm going to take my knife here and I'm going to give it a eyebrow width. I'm just going to roll it. Roll my knife like that. See that? Okay. And then on top of the eye, I'm just going to top the nose. Make a little V cut. There. V cut this way. And just kind of cut that out. There we go. Clean her up. There we are. On the mouth here, I'm going to give a little, fix these planes here. But we can bring that down if we want to. See that? kind of like it. One side's going to be different than the other. We're going to be right in the husk on the one side, but it's going to bring that down a little bit on that side. Right. Coming up. There we go. On this side here, we're just going to come down as far as we can and pop that out of there. Soften the angle. And take that corner out there. All right, now we have to decide what we're going to do for a mouth. Now we're going to keep this fairly simple for everybody, but let's talk about these smoking guys here. And camera just shut off. I was talking pipes and smoking pipe or cigars here. So let's start over with that. But the corncob pipe, both these are pretty much the same size of dowel. So all I did was take two dowels, one like a 1/4 inch and an 1/8 inch, and as you can see, just drilled the hole in the side here, picked the length of your pipe, and glued it in. This one here, I did drill a hole in the top too, just a little shallow hole, and paint it black inside, and then you get your pipe. Otherwise, this is just a cigar, right? And this guy, he's just got a straight cigar. But drill that hole into the guy. Draw your mouth, but drill the hole before you finish carving it, because it can tear and rip. So there's your tips on that. But corncob pipe's always a fun idea. But we don't need to do a beard or a mustache. The old Bruce mouth, that's real fun, but a little more detail. So let's just do a basic mouth here, okay? So all we're gonna do is, actually let's go on a bit of an angle here. We'll take it down like that. All right, just mix it up, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick my knife straight in, bring her up around. All right, I'm gonna undercut it. And then take a little bit of a back angle on that upper lip there. See that? So it's not sharp. And I always like to put little stoppers here. I stick my knife straight in and just take a little V cut. Little finishers on the mouth. See that? The same thing on this side. Right. There we go. Okay. Now, let's see one here. Let's see. We got a big bottom lip on that. See that? So all I'm going to do is, again, figure out where I want my lip. Get my knife in there. I'm just going to start rolling it down. All right. And what I like to do is I want to finish that bottom lip. I want to tuck that bottom lip right up into those little corners. Right? Just kind of end them into those corners, if I can. Right? I have to recut them. I'll recut them, but there we go. Not bad. All right. If we want to open up that mouth a little bit, I'll just stick my knife in here again. I'll just take a little wedge out of there. There, we open that up nice. Okay. So, I'll grab my pencil here. We want them to look off somewhere. Let's just make them look over this way. Every time. It never gets old. Every time you give them little eyeballs, they just come alive. But anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to make some corn. And to talk about corn, I never got too carried away. The first one I made really tiny, a lot tinier kernels. And to be honest, I just like the big ones just as much. I don't think anybody gives a rip either way. And it's a little bit busy. So all I do for the corn is I do my verticals first. So I want to keep one right between the eyes, right? And then just start coming up into the top here, right? Right. I kind of stay away from the face itself, and then just come down. Right. Like I said, you can space them any way you like, but I don't get too carried away with tiny ones anymore. Let's put one up here. Now we can split the difference. Alright. Okay. Almost looks like a banana right now. Then, let's start at the very bottom. Alright. So let's be the only one that distance. I'll go up a little bit. Maybe we can catch one over here. No. You'll figure it out. It's just a matter of doing. Right? And ideally, the kernels get smaller as they graduate up. But again, no one's going to grade you on your kernel size. And if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. But when I'm using I'm just going to use a tool. I can do it with a knife. It's very, very fiddly. Like I can just make little V cuts with my knife. But I'm certainly not going to do that on the video. But you can take a tiny V tool. But what I do like better than a V tool even is if you can, probably around number 11. That's a little 2 millimeter U gouge. It's a little bit softer than the V tool. And let me, I'll just do the little front area here for you guys, and then I'll finish it off camera because it could get old quick. But just using the little U gouge, not going too deep. Go up, and then turn around, go down. All right. But yeah, I like the U gouge just a little bit softer, not quite as harsh. But then I just go this way. I'll just come around. You know, some of these, even if you only got a little cross on the bottom, like even if it's just a little line, I think it adds a little bit to it. All right, so I'll just do a little piece there, and come down. All right. So I'm going to go around. Let me finish this up and clean it all up, and then we'll come back and have a look again. All right. Just the every here and there where we run the tool into the wood, there's always a little tits that stay in there. Gotta pop them out. But anyway, there's our little corncob man. Let me put some water on him and see if we can highlight some shadows. Alright, there we go. There we go. There's our little corncob. What a fun little project he is. And again, as you can see, I got carried away with all different styles. So mix it up, make them your own. But the painting, as far as the painting goes, of course I put oil on there, linseed oil or whatever oil you got, mineral oil, or there's all kinds of different oils. But anyway, I always put a pre-oil. But then I went over and I took like, what is this one? Burnt sienna. I basically did a really light wash of the whole thing with burnt sienna. Just painted the whole thing with a wash with a light brown. And then that stayed. You can just kind of see where that stayed in behind the yellow. And then I did a fairly dark yellow. Where is it? Fairly dark yellow. And then I took another yellow and just dry brushed it. Alright? So you can just kind of, hard to make it all out, but you can just kind of see there's a brown underneath, a darker yellow, and then just the highlights with a brighter yellow, okay? Don't get caught up in the names. Dark yellow, lighter yellow, right? And then of course, same idea with the greens. A few different colors of green in there too, but that burnt sienna, that brown, you can just see the brown in all the shadows, you see? And it stays there in the shadows, so yeah. And of course, if you want to do some whiskers, all I did was I took an ice pick and made the points in there and put a black wash over that, and then it just sucks in the holes and gives them that whisker look. So I really like him. I think he might be my favorite, even though I do love the corncob pipe. But anyway, this guy's close. He's close too. But anyway, I'll save him for a future painting video that I keep promising. But we're gonna get there because I have bare projects that I'll just do one big painting video and talk about different types of painting. So anyway, there you go. All right. How cute is he? I'm going to save him. I've got a half a dozen other little 1x1s that we've done in the past that I want to paint and do a painting video all in one. So in a week or two or three, I'm going to make a painting video and do a few of these together and just show you how I painted them and how I came up with some of the techniques and yeah, show you guys. So watch for that. Also, I was thinking too, in my brain at least, I wanted to paint one of these up like Indian corn. Remember Indian corn? You see it in all the Thanksgiving decorations and that, the multicolored corn. I think that looks super cool too, so I might have to do that on my own, but yeah. I just thought of that again. I thought, oh, I forgot to do that. So anyway, like I said before, go back and check out some of those last 1x1 videos. Like I said, people are telling me that they're not getting notifications. They're telling me that they're too busy. And regardless, turn your notifications on. That's all I can say. I don't know what's going on with YouTube these days, but if you don't have your notifications on, you may miss it because it seems to be very home feed centered. And I hear this from, in fact, I watched a few videos on it that a lot of guys are having the same issues. So click that like, subscribe, notifications, whatever you need to do to get them to surface. But go back and catch up, and I'll be back again with another video, something totally different. Like I said last time, but I mean it this time because I'm pretty sure it will be. Yeah, so until further ado, check out the link in the description for Woodcarving Illustrated. I'm telling you, it's worthwhile. I won't say any more about it, but if you're interested, have a look, and it's worth your time, guaranteed. So until the next video, I will see you later. Bye, guys.